To more good news, whereby Japanese professional footballer Keisuke Honda is a man on a mission in Africa. The former AC Milan star, now playing for Mexican club Pachuca FC, is seeking to afford underprivileged children education and a platform to discover their football talent. Through a project dubbed Africa Dream Soccer Tour, Honda's hopes to enable African children realize their dreams is on. On Saturday, Honda Estilo launched the program at Ligindogo Academy along Ngong Road, Nairobi, first targeting children in Kibera slum, also in partnership with Magoso School. Here is part of the action on Saturday. For some of you who know all about European football and also Japanese football, you must be aware of Keisuke Honda because he played in the Champions League before moving on to Mexico. And remember, Keisuke Honda has an affinity for African football, and he has also launched some of those projects. Let's listen in to the organizers of the Honda Estilo company.
We have just started our charity football project called Africa Dream Soccer Tour, supported by Carton.com here in Ligindogo. We have two concepts. The first one is providing free football education with the less fortunate and most vulnerable children in East African countries, including Rwanda and Uganda and here in Kenya. And the second concept is if we can find some talented players from that children, we'd like to promote them to the local academies in each country. And in Kenya, we have decided to have a partnership with Ligindogo.
The idea is a long-term plan. We are beginning with kids who are 13 years old, and we hope to make them ready for the market in about 5 years' time. So by the time they're 18 years old, then we hope they'd have undergone a training method that will make them suitable to join the European market. So we have two coaches who have informed equivalent of the UEFA A-level coaches who will be with us for this entire period with our 13-year-old kids. So what they are doing basically is that they're going to the Kibera area with Magoso School, and they're going to scout and get talent. Now, when they get the players who are talented from that area, they will join the Ligindogo Academy.
To be honest, Japanese companies, a lot of Japanese companies are just making money in Japan, but it's kind of a boring job. We'd better have good dreams in the future, and if our job is like keep on doing something similar, but we want to reach to somewhere. That's why we wanted to sponsor this project, and we want to also have a dream in the future as an adult and as a company as well.
In studio to shed more light on all this that was happening on Saturday is the project of, that is Honda Estilo Project Regional Director Motoki Futamura and Shuzo Sakamoto, as well as Chris Amimo, the FKF Nairobi Region NEC representative, who is also a founder and director of Ligindogo. Guys, welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much.
I can see from all your names, it's fire. In Kenya we say moto.
Exactly.
Your name is...
yes.
That is
Futamura.
Futamura.
Yes.
Motoki.
Yes.
And also we have Shuzo Sakamoto. Fire.
Yes, exactly.
And of course, at my extreme left, that is Chris Amimo, a man who is involved in soccer development in this country. He'll be telling us more about Ligindogo and how they came into partnership with this gentleman from Japan. The name Moto.
Yes.
What is Moto? What is Moto?
Moto means fire in Kiswahili, right?
Yeah.
So I introduced myself to Kenyan people with a man of fire from Japan. I'm pro passion. It's kind of the fire, and it's very honor to join your program today.
Thank you very much. Does it mean the same thing in Japan, Moto? Does it mean fire also?
No, that is totally completely different. Moto means like the basic in Japanese, so that is totally different. But I think that it's very, how can I say, familiar for you to introduce myself like the Mount Fire. That's why Mr. Chris also told me as Moto. Yeah, that is very familiar for Kenyan people, I think.
Yeah, when I heard the name, Moto, I remembered also growing up in the mid-80s, there was a tournament that was played between Japanese clubs and Kenyan clubs. It was called the Moto Kura Cup. I don't know where all those guys are. But then, welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can see good news. You guys are bringing all the way from Japan,
yes,
all the way to Africa, and now in Kenya.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, what is going on?
Actually, we have just launched our charity football project called Africa Dream Soccer, supported by Carton.com from last Saturday. And we have partnership with League in Nogo and Magoso School in Kibera areas. And we try to provide the dreams and hopes through football and education. And if we can find out some talented players from like Magoso School, they can promote to the League in Dogo, and Mr. Chris have understood our concept, and he agrees to have a partnership with us.
Yeah, when we heard about the Honda Estilo, everyone was asking, is Keisuke Honda coming to Kenya? I expected to see him, to have seen him on Saturday.
I hope so as well. But now he's in Mexico, and he plays for Pachuca, so now he's in the season. It's very tough for him to come. But actually, the last July, he visited Uganda for the first time, and he had interacted with some refugees in Kampala, and he was very impressed with their attitude or with their motivation, to seize the dream, and that's the first step, for this charity tour. And from his mind, we have decided to start this charity project.
And anytime you mention about League in Dogo, most of the people who have been following football, you'll remember John Guidetti, former Manchester City player. Now he's in Spain, and John Guidetti came through your ranks.
Yes, he was with us in his earlier days, true. Yeah.
Is it now that because of his high profile that you are able to link up very fast with the guys from Japan?
Actually, the reason why we are happy to link up with the gentleman from Japan is particularly when you look at the example of John Guidetti. Now, if you look at John Guidetti, when he left Kenya, he was about 14 years old. And when he was with us, the other players who were with him, who are equally as good as him in my view. But if you look at where John Guidetti is now and where they are, there's a big difference. And I attribute this to the kind of training that John was able to get when he went to Europe. And that kind of training, we don't have it here. And so obviously you'll find that the people in Europe have a bigger advantage, not necessarily because they are better players, but simply because they get better coaching facilities. And so why this is exciting to me is that what Honda Estilo is offering is that kind of quality coaching, but here locally. So that way then we hope to have players who can easily access the European market at the age of 18.
John Guidetti is a Swedish footballer. He plays for the national team of Sweden, but he credits League in Dogo for giving him that platform to begin his footballing career. And it's really encouraging that you have that, the good things to say about Guidetti. And the fact now that they are bringing coaches, I can see this Shuzo Sakamoto. You are a football coach?
Yes, I'm a coaching director of this project. Yeah.
What does it entail?
Yeah, okay. We took place the coaching clinic on last Saturday. And then I was very impressed with their play. And of course, their football skill is not enough because they don't have opportunity to play. But I was very impressed their attitude, especially in their hungry spirit. So I have to find talented player, and then that boy will enroll our attachment club League in Dogo, and then he can continue to practice.
What is so important as a coach and as a scout? What do you look at, just apart from the attitude of the player? What exactly do you look at also?
Yeah, I think that as a footballer, it's before skills.
Yes.
The most important things is discipline and attitude.
Discipline and attitude.
And, yeah. It was not only my idea, but also Keisuke Honda as well. So, first of all, we have to look at their skills and talented, but not only just one thing. That we have to also watch their attitude, their discipline, like keep time, what, and then tools, care tools, equipment. Yes, it's very important. Always thanks for coaches, families, then our attachment clubs. Yeah, that's it.
Chris,
Yes.
You've been in this business for some time now,
Yes.
and one of the success stories is John Guidetti, as we say, and he's talking about the attitude, discipline of the players. Before now, you come to the skills.
Yes.
How have you learned something as the academy also focused on the issues of discipline and also the skills as he talks about?
Indeed, we have. As you, of course, very well know, we're one of the first academies start taking kids for junior tournaments in Europe, and we did it for a while. And one thing I've come to realize, and I don't know if it's politically correct to say this, but you find that the mental attitude for some of our players is wanting. And they are very
and it has hampered their career growth.
Their development. It has hampered their development. So you find that somebody might go out there to Europe, but he doesn't have the staying power. He doesn't have the mental frame of mind to see it through. And I think when these guys talk about, the attitude and the mental, that's what they're talking about. So we need to instill that in our players
at a very young age.
At a younger age, which we don't.
Yeah. Futamori, what is Keisuke Honda bringing into the whole project?
For this tour, right? Yes, our corporate philosophy is to keep providing dreams and hopes through football and education. And to realize this philosophy, this project is very important. And we have also football academies in Japan, and we have accommodated almost 4,000 children. And Mr. Keisuke doesn't think that all of the players can become the professional footballer, And our focus is we'd like to make them have a dream through football, and we'd like to make them pursue that dream. That is our important point.
If he doesn't make it in football, he has an education.
Yes.
So, but then why did you have to choose on Kibera?
Kibera.
Yes.
Actually, compared with, we'd like to focus on the less fortunate and most vulnerable children, especially in East African countries, because in Kenya you have, as you know, you have one of the biggest slum areas in African continent called Kibera areas, and Magoso School located in Kibera also, and they have supporting the children from Kibera for over 20 years, and one of the organizers is Mrs. Chiaki Hayakawa, and she's Japanese, and she has been supporting for them for long years, and we direct to provide the children from Magoso with the dream in terms of football. That's why.
So how long is the project going to take?
At this time, Shuzo and another coach will stay here for 3 months, but another 3 months they will come here again. So in total, they will stay here for 6 months in 1 year. But as Chris mentioned, we'd like to keep going this project for over 5 years, because it takes time to produce like the next Wanyama or like next Guidetti. We cannot realize it only one day. So we'd like to keep doing this project as long as possible.
Just quickly, before we move on to another segment, about the transfer of knowledge for League Ndogo, having to work with these guys. Is there a way you guys are structuring it in such a way that you'll have transferred some of the tactical or the technical aspects in the management of League Ndogo?
Yes, in fact, one of the first points of discussion when I met Mr. Moto was that they will impart this knowledge to our coaches, so that then our coaches can be able to reach out to other kids with this knowledge and have this philosophy of training the kind of players. And we have to agree, Japan obviously is much more successful than Kenyan football. They have been to the World Cup. They have players playing in top European clubs in the Premier League. So obviously we have a lot to learn from them. So one of the most important points to me is that our coaches are actually going to get trained and get information and knowledge from the Japan system of training. And with that, obviously, we hope then we will get quality players coming through the ranks.
Okay, thank you very much. Looking at, well, finally, because we are coming to a close, Coach Shuzo, the Japanese style of play is fast football. You don't have very big players in Japan, but then technically they are very good, speed-wise. How can that be transferred, maybe, to Kenyan football?
Yeah, I know. I think the Kenyan football and the Japanese football are a little bit similar in terms of the tactical side, skill side as well. But Kenyan player has more strength, they're more speedy, and more flexibility than Japanese player. So I try to mix skill side and then physics side, then transfer to the opponent.
As we go, I don't know, is this for my training? Did you bring this for my training?
Yes.
What is this all about?
Actually, this is the previous which we are